Lesson 5-6, Example 1. Our objective is learning to multiply fractions by whole numbers. So here we have a problem, 7 wholes multiplied by 1/9. And one of the methods we can use is use repeated addition, because multiplication we can think of also as repeated addition. So if we have 7 of these 1/9, remember multiply we can think of as the word of. So we have 7 of these things. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of those. I have 7 of these 1/9. Well, I know that if I have a common denominator on the bottom, I can add up the numerators when I'm adding fractions. So I have 1/9, 2/9, 3/9, 4/9, 5/9, 6/9, and 7/9. So I can say that 7 multiplied by 1/9 is 7/9. Let's take a look at that again with another problem. Here we have 6 of these 3/8, or 6 times 3/8. And I could think of this as, well, here's a 3/8, and I have 6 of those. I have 6 of these 3/8. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4, 5, and 6. And again, with repeated addition, I can, and since I have a common denominator, they're all eighths, so I can just find out how many eighths do I have. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 eighths. And I'm looking at, and I can look at that and I can think, well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threes. And if I have 6 of 3's, I can think of that as 6 times 3, right? That's getting me my 18. And that's going to help us as we get into this next step. But 18 eighths, I can think of as my solution. I want to simplify that down. And I come up with 2 and 2/8. I can pull out 2 wholes out of there. I'm left with 2/8. And that 2/8 can simplify down to 2 and 1/4. So 6 times 3/8, the solution of that is 2 and 1/4. Now another method, kind of picking up on what I did here, is to multiply with fractions. So here we have 8 of 2/3. We have 8 of these 2/3, and I can think of 8 as a fraction. I can think of any whole number as a fraction. A whole number is just the number over 1, or 8 divided by 1. That's going to get me a whole. So I can think of this as 8 over 1 times 2/3. And when I do this, I can actually multiply across. So if I did this as repeated addition, I would have 8 groups of 2/3. I'd have 2/3 plus 2/3, 8 times. And my denominator is always going to be the same. And 1 times 3 keeps that denominator at the same. And then I'm going to have this many groups of those 2. This is how many thirds I have overall, which is 8 times 2. And 8 times 2 is 16. So I have 16 of those thirds overall. And 16 thirds, I can reduce that down to 5 and 1/3. So 8 times 2/3 is 5 and 1/3. So we can use a repeated addition, or we can use multiplication.